Hi there everyone, my name is Jeremy Jameson here today to talk about some things most people ignore about the Vanoss crew, the most dominant YouTube gaming group in terms of popularity, perhaps even the most dominant in general on the website, consisting of people such as, of course, Vanossgaming, H2O Delirious, Louis Caliber, Dahi Denogla, I Am Wildcat, among many others. Nearly everyone in this friend group, commonly called the Banana Bus Squad by fans, are over 1 million subscribers, Vanoss being the most popular at over 22 million. With how well known the group is, with new videos always out, with everyone collaborating, we hear a lot from them. Although, despite how many videos are being made, and have been made, there's some things that are not really mentioned that often, or maybe not well known, whether it be because it's not an issue, or the issue is just not even worth acknowledging. We're gonna talk about those a little bit. To up your style game, check out HypeLitStore.com to find some of the latest trendy designs, with the Space Galaxy hoodie, Oreo joggers, or vintage Rick t-shirt among many others. Once again at HypeLitStore.com. Who is in the Banana Bus Squad? This may seem like a dumb question. The reason for mentioning this is that the group is not clearly defined. It's not like there's ever been an official statement from anyone in the group, and to even call it a group may not be quite accurate, and that's my point here. With how many people Vanoss collaborates with, and those people collaborate with others, it'd be weird to define who is a part of the collective. I mean, if we look at Vanoss's featured channels, he has Moo, I Am Wildcat, H2O Delirious, Dahi Denogla, Louis Caliber, Basically I Do Work, Minilad, Terrorizer, 407, Big Jiggly Panda, whom Vanoss has made plenty of videos with. Also featured though is Mr. Sark and Rinks, or Rinks, my apologies, I'm not too familiar with them. Are they in the Banana Bus Squad as well? Probably not, because they don't play together all the time, but they do still collaborate together. And with that being said, what about Louis Caliber, who has not been active on YouTube for a year and a half now? And although he does still appear in some videos every once in a while, a lot of Vanoss's other friends are in Vanoss's videos very often, and Louis Caliber isn't around as much as he once was, and that's its own thing. I mean, it's not like he's leaving the group, but I mean, that's the whole reason for mentioning that. How about people like Omwrecker or Smitty? They've played with the gang pretty often, especially Omwrecker, who has everyone that Vanoss has featured on his own channel, or almost everyone I believe. Then someone like Cartoons, who has been friends with H2O Delirious for a very long time, and they play together frequently, thus appearing in each other's videos. Cartoons also plays with Omwrecker often, yet Cartoons never plays with anyone else in the Banana Bus Squad. That is because he's not close friends with the rest of them. But as there is some overlap of friend groups, it can be hard to say who is in the Vanoss crew. It's not a major thing, I suppose, and I mean, it really should be this way. With yourself, you watching, I assume you don't clearly define your own friend groups, unless you're a bit younger maybe. You may be friends with some people, then say you have a friend of some others that that one friend group aren't a fan of, but maybe some of them are a fan of that other friend. It's getting a little convoluted here, I know. With that being said, does that make an entirely new friend group? Well, no, of course not. It's just a little different, I suppose, as these are public figures to a certain extent, and they create entertainment for us to watch, so many fans may feel like they are an additional member of the Banana Bus Squad, but does it really matter who's technically in it or not? I don't think so, but it is something I do see commented, people asking, well, who's actually in this group? Does it really matter? I mean, we're still getting great videos from everyone, and although Cartoons, for example, doesn't play with Vanoss or the other guys, does that make him not in the Banana Bus Squad? Well, probably, yeah, but I mean, whatever, we're still getting great videos that he collaborates with H2O Delirious and Omwrecker from, and Omwrecker plays with Vanoss, though. I think you get what I'm saying at this point. Not growing as fast. Something that seems to be bleak to a certain extent is that the squad is not growing as fast as they once were. In their early days, most of them were Call of Duty players, thus they created videos in the game. In those days, they were brought to great levels of success, especially considering the size of the gaming scene on YouTube in general back in 2012. Which, don't get me wrong, I believe already had some million subscriber plus channels, but it was not near the size that it is today. In the year 2013, the growth would skyrocket for Vanoss, going from 200,000 subscribers to 2 million, from a combination of collaborating with his friends and new friends after merging groups with H2O Delirious and his squad he was playing with at the time, which once they came together became the modern Banana Bus squad. But also, the release of Grand Theft Auto 5 provided a new avenue for creativity with their comedy, as well as the game was incredibly popular itself, so there's plenty of new people looking for GTA 5 content on YouTube. This was just the start of the meteoric rise, however. By continuing to make GTA 5 videos, Gary's Mod would also become a staple of the group, as many of the most watched videos took place in the game. In 2014, it would be Vanoss's biggest year, growing 6.6 million subscribers. Don't forget about everyone else of his friends. Due to the collaboration, they all grew at rapid rates as well. And I mentioned this in a video recently, but Vanossgaming would not be where he is without his hilarious friends to create jokes with. They all need each other, and although everyone is at different levels of popularity in terms of subscriber counts and views, it's the dynamic between all of them that make for great content and their growth. In 2015, growth would start to see a slowdown for Vanoss, and it has continued like this to today. Now, don't get me wrong, the group is still wildly popular, but it's not quite the days of Vanoss getting 10 to 20 million views on every video. He still gets over 3 million views, sometimes up to 5 million views, and even beyond that for certain videos, but it's just not quite near the peak where everything was 10-20 million views. I think this is just because YouTube's landscape has changed in terms of what is popular. During the major growth period, other gaming channels such as KYR Speedy and his friends, who also make funny moments videos, always collaborating together, and PewDiePie, who grew massively and still is the most popular creator at over 60 million subscribers. The KYR Speedy crew and PewDiePie's view counts have dropped down from their peak, as well as subscriber growth. I say this is because YouTube's algorithm is always changing, and in tandem, so are the YouTube trends. Funny gaming moments once was the major trend, but that is no longer the case. However, it's not like the genre has disappeared, made evident by the hundreds of thousands and millions of views the guys get. But Vanoss reached 20 million subscribers nearly a year ago in February of 2017, and right now is at 22 million subscribers, meaning he's grown about 2 million subscribers in the last year, which is impressive, but not as fast as he was once growing. Also, despite how great the videos are and have continued to be edited very well and stay hilarious, people like to move on to different creators oftentimes as their personal interests and even comedy tastes can change. With all of this said, I don't think that the Vanoss Banana Bus squad are going anywhere anytime soon. They've all achieved great success and remain incredibly popular, say unlike KYR Speedy and his friends, which were neck and neck in terms of popularity back in the day, once again creating very similar content, just with different dynamics of comedy. But unfortunately, that group has fallen to tens of thousands of views for pretty much everyone except for KYR Speedy's main channel. Anyways, I'd say they still make great content, but they just fell to not quite adapting to the times as much and never quite reached the popularity of Vanoss and his squad. But yeah, Vanoss and everyone in the Banana Bus squad should be fine. I don't think they're going to be becoming irrelevant anytime soon. H2O Delirious's microphone. When thinking about the guy, he's known as the lovable and at the same time quite the jokester. When you first hear him, you may be annoyed a little bit, mostly because of his laugh, but shortly after getting accustomed to him, you see how great of a guy he truly is. He recently reached 10 million subscribers. It can be distasteful to discuss income, especially those of others, but it is safe to assume that because of his success on YouTube, he is living comfortably. I am saying this because he still uses a poor quality mic in many of his videos. The microphone has been confirmed in a Q&A of his to be the Astro A40, a popular gaming headset known for being one of the more high-end gaming headsets and a common sponsor at competitive gaming events. As Call of Duty was once the major shooter in the competitive scene, the headset naturally was seen by many as the gaming scene in the early 2010s was pretty much only Call of Duty, at least on YouTube I mean to say. As the Banana Bus squad were playing and creating COD videos at the time, it makes sense that H2O would have the Astro A40 headset. When the gaming scene on YouTube was still young, even the most popular channels on YouTube would often have poor quality mics, at least compared to today. H2O, still being new and not making money like every channel starts, used what he had, which was the Astro A40. However, even to this day, in the videos where he plays with his friends, he still uses the Astro A40. Why is this? As I stated at the beginning, he most certainly can afford a much better and more clear microphone. To get a proper upgrade, it'll cost a couple hundred or a few $100s, but with getting millions of views a month, it wouldn't be a major expense, especially as it is his business. Now, it's never been outright confirmed by the man himself, but it's safe to assume that it's because he's used the microphone for so long that if he were to upgrade the microphone for all of his videos, fans wouldn't like the change. Actually, with that said, he did try a few years ago to use a different microphone, and fans reacted negatively. With that said, he does use a better quality mic for solo content. When playing with friends though, not only his viewers, but people who watch the other members on their channels are all used to hearing H2O through the Astro A40 mic. It's basically become an actual part of his voice, and to change that too much proved to not be great, so he decided to stick with it. It's a part of his brand, it's a part of him on YouTube, so I don't think we'll be hearing him change his microphone, at least for his friends' videos, anytime soon. Once again, as I did say, in his solo content, he does use a much better quality microphone. But for those newer viewers, it's not as confusing, perhaps, and his voice doesn't need to stick out like it does in the friends' videos when he's just by himself, of course. Thank you all for watching. For Viral Now, I'm Jeremy Jameson, wishing you to have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.